Hi everyone, welcome to the return of Embellishments on the 11th. This is a collab I had done in 2021 and I think 2020 also. And then I stopped it for the first 6 months of this year. But we're back. We have, I think, 10 or 11 of us. And maybe not, maybe 6 or 7 of us. We'll all be linked down below anyway, so be sure to check us out. And if you'd like to play along, there is a hashtag you can use down in the description area. So please use that exactly so that we can find you, and also leave a comment for me so I know to go search for you and others can too. And yeah, so we'll have fun. So this month's embellishments that I made focused on this die set. There's a bundle in the Stampin' Up catalog, the new mini. And this is part of a bundle. However, I didn't get the bundle. I only got the dies. And they are called Celebrations Tag Dies. They're on page 67 and 72. So they're towards the back of the catalog. This is what the stamp looks like. But down here are the dies. And I thought, you know, I have other ones. Although I like that Happy Birthday and Merry Christmas. Anyway, so it has mittens, a mitten, it has a balloon, it's got like a pocket envelope and a fold over tag, which I really like. I like fold over tags. And candles and a circle and a rectangle and some hearts. So I made a variety of embellishments. So I also, and a snowflake, and then I didn't use this, and I didn't use the pocket, but I did use the rectangle, the circle, the snowflake, the mitten, the balloon, and the two hearts. I didn't use the candles yet. They'll be for another day. So I used quite a few, and I made different, you know, variety, like I said. So let me just stick this back in its envelope. This is a long envelope, so it's not going to fit in your standard kind of cases. The other thing I used in some of them is the Knit Together background stamp. Highly recommend. I also used the Stitchery cling stamp set. I used just this one. And those two I used for the mittens. I brought out the Kindest Gnomes just for the warm wishes. And I brought out Very Best Occasions. I used Love You, Miss You, Love You, Mean It, and Happy Birthday from that one. And that's in the July to December mini on page 68. It coordinates with a trio punch. Let me pull that out too. I didn't get the punch. I did not get the punch. 68. Oh, page after this guy. Oops, I can't turn the page right apparently. Yeah, it comes with this what do they call it? Very Best Trio Punch. It does different corner edges and a like a ribbon hole for, yeah, cuts corners or ribbon holes from any size paper. I didn't get that. I still have the other trio punch they had that's retired now, so I didn't get this one, but I did like a lot this stamp set, so I did get the stamp set. And that's what you're seeing here. There's some really nice Christmas greetings in here too. So let me set these aside and I'll show you all my little embellishments. Since I talked about the mittens and the Knit Together, let's start with the mittens. Let me move this out of the way. Forgive my mat, it's really, I cleaned it a bit ago and I put paper down, but it's still icky. Anyway, I made these two first, and what I did is I die cut them with the die on top and then underneath so that I could get the reverse image, and then I stamped them with the Knit Together, and then I don't know if you can see it, but up here is where I used the Stitchery because I just wanted it to look like it gathers in more there. And then these I used a 1/2 inch circle punch And these were leftovers out of the Storybook Gnomes. Anyway, I had these scraps, and this sheet here, like this, had these snowflakes. So I just took and punched. I don't know how I missed. Oops, that's not the right one. I had a 1/2 inch circle punch. I'm sorry. 1/2 inch. That's the 1.5 inch. Here it is. I think this is 3/4 and 1/2 inch. These are all retired Stampin' Up. But I used the 1/2 inch one, and it fit perfectly with this larger. Well, not from that direction. A larger snowflake. And I say larger. Oops. Here it is. And then I also used that because I didn't have a smaller punch for this little snowflake. And so, you know, don't get rid of your scraps. If they have designs on them, you can fussy cut or whatever and use them on projects like this. Alright, so that's enough, and I can do the rest later, but you get the idea. Keep your scraps to use for things like this. And then these are the fold over tags. These two are on basic white thick, and I went around the edges with a Stampin' Right in Balmy Blue, and then these were retired. They're from the Special Waves Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels, the lighter blue here. So that's what I did on those two, and then this one I used the basic pearls. It looks like I lost one. Anyway, these are on shimmer white cardstock. I stamped the Warm Wishes from the Gnome set, and I went around this piece with the Balmy Blue marker, and you can see I used the stitchery here. I didn't do the knit part on it because I wanted the shimmer to show, which you're not going to be able to see. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. Let me turn this light to blue, maybe. I don't think that's going to help. Oh, I see I got a little pink on there. Anyway, you get the idea. And then on the inside of the blue one, I put an extra sheet of white paper and an extra snowflake. Let's see, one more glary. Yeah, I don't like that blue color. One sec. I mean, I like this blue. I didn't like the blue light. So those were my first 3 projects. The mittens, the fold over tags. This is just retired white baker's twine. They do have white in a pack of neutral baker's twines if you're interested. And I took the dark Balmy Blue Stampin' Right marker, Stampin' Blend marker, the alcohol marker, and went over the twine. And this one is doubled, this one is not, this one is doubled. So yeah, I had fun making those. So those are my first 3 embellishments. And then I used the hearts, and I pulled out some retired paper. Trying to remember the name of it. I have it written down. Hang on. The retired All My Love scraps. I just folded over the thing that came in the paper and stuck them in there, and then I have them in with some other retired Valentine paper. So I made these. These are the 2 hearts out of that set. And this is ruffled red ribbon, and then again the twine, and then the rectangle is also from those dies that I showed you, the Celebrations tags dies. And the ruffled red ribbon is current. These are from that stamp set. On these 2, I went around them with I think it was the Sweet Sorbet, because I think this color is Lovely Lipstick, which I probably still have, but I didn't want to go look for it and dig it out because it's not a current color. And I think this is Flirty Flamingo, but I used the real red with the Lovely Lipstick and the Sweet Sorbet some. And then these little hearts here inside, in the front of that little heart, or in the center of that little heart, they're from the new annual catalog by Stampin' Up. And They are a variety pack of heart pearls, but they're like a frosted, a pearl one, and then glossy. And again, I just took, I think I took dark sweet sorbet Stampin' blend and colored them. And that sort of looked like the lipstick color, right? So that's what I did. This is out of shimmery white, as are the little hearts, the white hearts in the center. Now, on these two, I put the hearts not in the center, and the reason was because there was a flower on that paper, and I didn't want to cover it up. Same here. So I just put them up in the corners. These are like a longer rectangle, and these are little squares. I think 2.5 inch maybe. I don't know. So those are those. And then I made these little snowflake pieces. Here's more of those so that I can use. This circles from that die, and so is the snowflake, and that's out of the shimmery white. And then I had another one I made, and this is a scrap left over from the gnome paper. I heat embossed Warm Wishes from the gnome set in white embossing powder on balmy blue. This is balmy blue, and this was the scrap, and then I just put basic white on here, so that's ready to go for a card or something. And I can even use this on the same card, maybe like down here or whatever, or on the inside of the card, or I can use these little things on the inside of the card. And these I could either use as tags, but I'm probably gonna apply these onto a card too. More on that to the end. Alright, so then I went on a balloon making frenzy, and some of them I just have plain balloons left, so let me get them, and then others I'm going to show you what I made with some of them. So I had some, I think it's now retired, ombre glimmer paper. These are the darker blue. Also, the current Celebration gold and silver pattern paper. I did use some of these, and I'll share that in a minute, where I colored them, but these I'm going to leave white. And okay, so the more on it is come back on Thursday night and we'll make some cards with all of these things that I've made. Alright, so talking about balloons, also this glimmer paper was in the January to June mini. It was like the light blue pool party color, and there's also like a rosy pink color. And this is from the gnome, what is it called? Gnome, Storybook Gnomes paper. See, this is that other one, and then this has the mushrooms and the little gnomes on the other side. So I used the non-gnome side, and then the happy birthday is out of a kit that Stampin' Up! Has on their website now, and it is called, I have shown this before, but it is called Light the Candles Kit. I put a label on because they don't, unlike the paper pumpkin kits, they don't label the boxes, so you can reuse them. And this is what it makes. Birthday cards, and it has candles too, so I may use the candles in celebration tags along with these candles and do some alternatives for that at some point. Not right now. Alright, I'm dropping things. Alright, so back to balloons. I'm almost done, guys. Going back to that retired glimmer ombre paper, I had some like Mango Melody and Calypso Coral left. And so this one, this is a retired paper, the Toucan Sandbirds. I used the contour shapes dies, I think they're current still, and I used a scallop circle from the circle dies. And then this is a 1.5 inch punch, circle punch, retired, but you can also just use the dies if you have them. And I glued these two down and bumped this one up on dimensionals. This is a piece of retired bumblebee ribbon, actually. It was in the 2021 annual catalog. Looks like that. I just did a little knot bow. And then these are also just recently retired sequins, and they're, I'm showing them recently. I dropped them on the floor. Sorry, they fell on the floor. These were from the Artistry Blooms. They just retired in at the beginning of May, from the August 21-22 annual. And everything is glued down except this is bumped up, and actually this little thing here is bumped up. So that's card ready. And then here's another one with those same balloons. I just die cut a bunch of balloons, and this is also color and contour, the contour shaped dies. The smaller rectangle just out of regular basic white. Maybe it's white thick, basic white thick. And I used a bunch of those sequins. I stamped in black ink. I actually think that's a Gina K ink I'm trying out now. It did pretty good. I got this a little bit wobbly somehow. I don't know. Anyway, so that's another one for ready for a card, right? And I have one more. And this one, I took these papers that I die cut the balloons out of, the Celebration white, gold, and silver paper. It's a little bit of a thinner paper, but I took the new in color Stampin' blends, alcohol markers in Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet. I colored the balloons in and down to where the stem comes in, the tie string. I flagged a few pieces of, okay, now this paper here is in color. It's the In Color Designer Series paper. Is this it? I think this is it. Oops. Sorry. Oh, can't get it. Well, it doesn't want to come to me. Here it is. The In Color Designer Series paper. So all the 5 in colors for 22 to 23. And you can see I die cut a circle out of that, but also these were strips left over from in here, and I just flagged them and glued them to the back. And then this is bumped up on dimensionals. I stamped in Tahitian Tide with that happy birthday, and then these are the current 22 to 24 in color matte decorative dots. So the colors are Sweet Sorbet, which is the reddish one, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Starry Sky, and Orchid Oasis, which I didn't use on here. They're on page 141 in the 22 to 23 annual. And I used 3 of the colors, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, and Sweet Sorbet. Now the thing about these is they're not only matte, but they're sort of ombre. I don't know if you can tell, but they're like darker here and go lighter. I kind of wish they hadn't done that, but anyway, that's just me. So those are everything I made for embellishments on the 11th this month. Sorry for the long video. I know I tend to get go too long, but Thursday night I'm gonna make cards with all this stuff. So and these also. Which I haven't put on any, I haven't started on anything for them, but I'll make cards with them too. The other ones, a couple of them, 3 of them, I think this one, and this one, I have card bases started for, and the rest of them I have to do as we go. So do come back Thursday night live, 7 p.m. Eastern, and let's make some cards together with what I've made for embellishments on the 11th. Be sure to go check everyone else out. I'm sure they have very creative, fabulous embellishments. And there's no quantity. It could be 1, it could be 20, it could be 5, you know, and there's no theme. So anything goes, and we have a great group of talented people. So be sure to click on the links below and hop along to everyone in the formal collab, and then check the hashtag because there might be people playing along. All right, guys, thanks so much. Bye for now.